evening is sponsored by Spot Cabinetry and Muffler Man Mechanical for all your mechanical needs. This bout is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds and is for the XFFC Amateur Middleweight Division. The man in charge when the bell rings is your referee, Mr. Andy Social. Introducing first to my left in the blue corner. He comes in at 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing at 184.2 pounds. He comes in with an amateur mixed martial arts record of 2 victories, no losses, and 1 draw. From Regina, Saskatchewan, Lorenzo, El Diablo, Celis. And introducing his opponent across the cage in the red corner. He comes in at 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing at 185 pounds even. He comes in with an amateur mixed martial arts record of 3 victories and 1 loss. From Grand Prairie, Alberta, Jordan Noseworthy. All right, gentlemen, we've gone over the rules. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Fight hard, fight fair, touch them up. Step back, get ready to fight.
No feeling out process at all for these guys. You can see that immediately Noseworthy content to tie it up against the cage here. Start pummeling for underhooks.
Go to bowflex.ca to learn more and save $400 with our spring sale.
Good job by Celis turning Noseworthy. As I say that, Noseworthy's able to return favor.
Yeah, both these guys kind of jockeying for that position right now. You know, even though they're clinching, this is still a little bit of a feeling out process. Kind of see what the other guy offers.
Yeah, Noseworthy 4 inches taller than Lorenzo.
Oh.
As we see a left knee, whoops, to the cup. So Lorenzo walks back and...
yeah, both guys were kind of in a little bit of a scrambly position there, and obviously an errant low blow, and Celis not really calling foul.
Yeah, no, he's telling referee Andy Social it's okay. He's going to be okay. But once again, it does definitely have to have an effect on a guy.
You know, there's harder shots definitely, but you know, he seemed very content to get right back into it here. Whoa! And again, both these guys, you know, they're throwing heavy, but they're also very content to try to, you know, establish who's better in the clinch here. Interesting strategy from both men.
Celis trying to control the left arm of Noseworthy, and Noseworthy decides to try and shoot to get that single leg takedown.
Yeah, Noseworthy trying to go for that high crotch and leaving his arm exposed there. But both these guys, like, very interesting scramble against the fence here right now too. Both these guys are doing a really good job of the clinch work here. Staying active.
That was a right hand that looked like it hit the cup just from the sound of it, and the look on Celis's face, but it goes undetected. Nice little inside knee landed by Noseworthy.
Yeah,
talked about the 4 inches in height he's got on Celis. So Noseworthy with those longer arms, Cody's doing a good job of tying him up.
That's the thing, right? Like, you know, he seems to be a little bit of the bigger guy as well in this one. And same thing, he spent more time pushing his opponent up against the fence here and trying to knee those inside thighs there.
Once again, this fight scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds for the XFFC Amateur Middleweight title.
Same thing, like both these guys kind of jockeying for that dominant clinch position here. Another guy really capitalizing on it. You know, and that's the thing, like once Noseworthy has this guy up against the fence here, he hasn't been done a whole lot here. You can see now trying to drive it with that knee and go for that high crotch again. And this time he's actually successful. Only for a split second though, it seems.
Yeah, good job by Celis pushing down on the back of the head of Noseworthy.
Yeah, Celis with good hip control and getting back up to his feet there and pummeling for those underhooks.
30 seconds remaining in our first round.
Celis doing a good job having those double underhooks and then grabbing onto the back and using that to put Noseworthy up against the cage here. You know, neither guy really landing anything significant. You know, there's been a couple pot shots here and there. You know, fairly even round, and That's the thing, is both these guys are, they're expending a lot of energy, but no one's really getting damaged because of it. Like these guys are fighting against each other's strength right now.
To the left hand landed there by Noseworthy just before the bell. You talked about it, more of a chess match back and forth, but it's probably going to come down to control and cage control, and it seemed to me that would have to go in the favor of Jordan Noseworthy.
Well, definitely the cage control, and like you said, Noseworthy definitely doing a better job of grinding his opponent up against the fence there. Celis did a good job also again. He popped right back up as soon as he was taken down, and he was doing. I was impressed with when he was able to get the underhooks, what he was able to do with them. But it seems like right now that Noseworthy is able to be the more physical fighter out of the two of them, and therefore stronger in the clinch. But again, like we touched on, 5 rounds, so we'll see how this goes throughout each round as well. Both these guys expended a lot of energy. Like, this is going to turn into a cardio fight after this round, definitely, because both guys fought each other's strengths.
It might not have seemed like there's a lot of action, not a lot of explosiveness, but when you're leaning up against each other for 3 solid minutes, it's got to wear a guy down.
Well, and you know what? Anti-Social never broke up the action once either, other than for the errant low blow, because both these guys were staying active up against the fence enough. So it just shows that, that honestly is part of fighting, that, using the cage as a weapon and driving your opponent into it and chipping away at them.
Noseworthy on the left of your screen in the black and white trunks. Celis on the right in the black and red trunks. Round 2 of our scheduled 5-round title fight. Nice low.
Kind of tense, but again, really wanted to close that distance and far more comfortable being in that clinch. And we're kind of back to the same thing that we were doing in the first round here. Now we got to see what Celis has for answers as far as reversing get off the cage. The thing is, I'm seeing some very good cage control from Noseworthy, but I'm not seeing him capitalize once he has that dominant position. Because again, here he has the back. Well, actually, let's see what he does with this now. Good, he's put his one hook in, and he's dragging the opponent down. Just as I say that, of course, he brings the guy to the ground. He doesn't completely have the back control either, Both these guys, again, are playing that chess match. And Lorenzo just kind of taking his time right now to make sure that he doesn't put himself in a worse position. He's kind of got a bit of his arm trapped as well. You can't see it on your camera right now. But right now, Lorenzo's left arm is actually trapped by the table grip that Noseworthy has.
Yeah, Lorenzo decides to throw a right hand to the ankle.
Sometimes you just got to go with what you got, and you got to fight out of weird positions.
Noseworthy trying to get that choke underneath. It's pretty high here, but he's got those hooks, the left hook in.
Yeah, Noseworthy doing a good job attacking that back there, but not able to establish getting both hooks in.
And once again, we talked about how grueling that first round is. Now Celis has to deal with the fact that he's got Noseworthy's weight on his back.
Well, that's the thing, right? And again, he's doing the right things right now. He's trying to put his own shoulders up against the back there as well. And this actually prevents Noseworthy from actually being able to piggyback and take the back completely. But at the same time, Noseworthy, carrying all his weight, wrapping that leg, and he's also wrapped around. You can see there again, he has those double underhooks, but he hasn't done much else from there. See, he just gave up his double underhooks. Seeing Lorenzo capitalizing on that, the one little mistake that I saw from Noseworthy there. As soon as he let go of those grips, Lorenzo, he's being a lot more patient, but it's obviously starting to pay off now.
Knee to the body landed by Celis.
Back up against the fence.
And then Noseworthy's able to turn him up against the cage again.
Oh!
Looking for a guillotine.
He's trying to, he needs to get his elbow up a little higher. He abandoned it. I think he realized really didn't have it there.
Couple shots landed by Celis as he starts to open up on Noseworthy.
Oh, he rocked him. He hurt him. He's hurt him.
And a big right hand lands by Celis, and Noseworthy's in trouble.
Wow, Lorenzo really turned around at the end of this round here. You've seen it a couple times. Boom.
10 seconds left here in our second round.
He got a chin, but at the same time, you can see in his eyes every time that he's getting hit, he is not liking it. He's barely
and the bell's going to save Jordan Noseworthy. And the big shot after lands by Lorenzo.
Both guys at the heat of the moment there, but man, Lorenzo staying really patient and actually paying off dividends.
As I look at the screen and I can see the face of Jordan Noseworthy, he was pretty much out on his feet there, Cody.
Well, that was the thing. Every time that he got hit, you could see it in his eyes. He was kind of just a little bit dazed, and he wasn't even looking at his opponent there. And I was worried, he was going to get dropped with one of those shots. But he obviously had really good instincts, really good instincts, and just survived the end of that round there. And again, like I said, Lorenzo capitalizing on that one little mistake when Noseworthy let go of that grip.
There's a couple of big uppercuts that did the damage. I know there was one shortly after the bell.
Yeah,
but earlier on in the exchange, he was able to get that right hand up and under.
I'm liking what Lorenzo was doing there too. That you can see on the replay. You know, he's leaping in with those big, heavy shots. You know, obviously being the shorter fighter, he has to come in and try to move his head out of the way and try to come in against the taller guy and throw those big power punches like that.
And you can tell looking at the screen, the body language of Lorenzo Celis has changed. That definitely revigorated the fighter.
Oh, that's the thing. You know, he just spent most of the first round there kind of, you know, having to defend it against this guy. Even the second round there, but he easily stole that round with that flurry towards the end there. And again, you know, this could change the pace of the fight. Let's see how this. We'll see how Noseworthy recovers, really.
Yeah, round 3 starts with Noseworthy having his hands on his hips. Celis looks fresh. He looks, you know, adrenaline. He got that adrenaline shot he needed.
And that's the thing. Like, and you know, even though he was being grinded up against the fence there, it seemed like he just kind of like relaxed again. Like, you know, Noseworthy was doing a good job of pressing him, but when you're the guy that's pressing and you're not capitalizing on that position, you're expending a lot of energy as well.
Overhand right by Celis lands on the ear and Noseworthy.
Yeah, Celis doing a really good job with those big looping power shots.
Goes for that uppercut again. He was able to land late in round number 2.
Good head movement out of Celis too.
45 seconds into round number 3, and in this round, Noseworthy hasn't tried to clinch yet, Cody.
Celis landing that crisp jab as well. And yeah, exactly, that's a good thing that you pointed out too, Dean, that he's not even really trying to engage with that clinch anymore either. You know, he's not winning on the feet here as well.
Yeah, Noseworthy's in trouble. You can tell just the way he's moving around the cage.
Yeah. And look at Celis, second time he's gone to that body shot too.
Right hand lands by Celis.
Oh, man. We got
and a cut opens up under the left eye of Noseworthy. It's going to swell up in the next few seconds.
Man, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of this Celis guy.
Noseworthy's in trouble. Celis opening. He's using that cut as a bullseye. Starting to tee off on the left side of the face. 3, 4, 5 uppercuts. And referee Anderson jumps in and stops this fight. And Lorenzo Celis is your new XFFC amateur middleweight champion.
That was a championship performance too. That was some very impressive hands. You know, and again, he stayed patient. And it's kind of like we were mentioning earlier, you know. Noseworthy, obviously the bigger, more physical fighter in this fight. But once he couldn't be the bully anymore, that was the thing. You know, his arms became really gassed.
You can see that cut.
Those shots.
You can't see it right now. It's underneath the left eye of Noseworthy. But when Lorenzo Celis was able to land that big shot, that thing started swelling immediately.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like you said, once he saw that cut, he went for blood. You know, that became his bullseye essentially. And good job too, like you said, pushing off with his left hand there, and then capitalizing with those right hands, and boom, boom, boom. And just a flurry, yeah, rifle. That was the thing. That was very, very just stoppage, definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Andy Social stops this bout at 1 minute 41 seconds of the third round. Your winner of this match by technical knockout and the new XFFC amateur middleweight champion, Lorenzo El Diablo Celis. Fight fans, I'm here with the winner and the new XFFC amateur champion, Lorenzo El Diablo Celis. Lorenzo, very impressive performance here this evening. Looks like in round one and halfway through round number two, you were getting a little frustrated with Jordan having you up against the cage. However, late in round number two, tides turned when you were able to land that big right hand, and from there, you looked like you got done what you wanted to do.
I knew he was going to come in tough. I knew he was going to put the pressure on me and try and take me down and submit me. So I just worked on wrestling, takedown defense, boxing defense, and overall, I saw that he was getting a little tired. So I kept looking for that opening. He was slowing down, and I was able to catch him. I was able to beat him to the punch every single time.
Yeah, we're going to look up at our replay. I know the guys got a couple of shots of those big right hands that you were able to land. To me, it looked like, especially late in round number two, the uppercut was going. And then when you were able to bust him open in the third round, there was that cut that pretty much turned into a bullseye for you. And that looked to me like that's what you were targeting.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that cut, I knew it would be a target. And it kept getting bigger and bigger. So I was just like, oh, it keeps opening, but they're going to have to stop the fight. So I always look for the finish. Whenever there's an opening, you know, I'm all for it. I'm in there 100%, or I'm not in there at all.
Very impressive. That strap looks great around your waist. I know you got a lot of people you want to thank, a lot of people back in Regina, a great team and some sponsors behind you. Who do you want to give it up for?
I got to thank my dad. He's got my back 100%. Without him, I wouldn't be able to do this. So I want to thank Celis Martial Arts, Siam, Greg and Tammy, Moses from New Line Boxing Academy, Chi-Chi, Galen, Daniel, everybody who helped me out in this camp. I was ready. Thank you so much. I got this. I got what I came for what I deserve. I earned this, and I'm going to keep coming. I'm going to keep putting on my best performance every single time I step in the cage.
Very impressive. Congratulations on your win. Your new champion, Lorenzo El Diablo Celis. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a very short 15-minute intermission. Make sure you grab your 50-50 tickets in support of ACT. Grab your 50-50 tickets. Also, check out those beautiful Harleys. They're set at the back. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful bikes from Mighty Peace Harley Davidson. We are going to take a very short 15-minute intermission.